All right, next up on our weekly rankings battle, we have the running back position. And last week, it looks like I was able to come up with a score of 5. So I did pretty good. I did better than I did on the quarterbacks. So this is probably my strong position, Brian. So I think I'm going to hopefully hold on to the running backs this week. Number 1, I have James Cook going against they got a pretty easy opponent this week. Miami. So that's at Miami. That's why I picked him.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor, number 2, at home versus Atlanta. Atlanta has got a somewhat good defense. Jamar Gibbs, I think just because he's too talented, he had a bad week last week, and they're playing Washington. They're pretty susceptible to the run. So I'm going to say Gibbs at 3. Bijan, another bounce back performance at 4. He had a pretty bad game last week. Christian McCaffrey, last week's number 1, which I called correctly, one of my highlights. This week I have him down to 5. With that kind of workload, it's pretty tough to do that every game, week in and week out. Rico Dowdle, man, how's he been playing this year? He's like a whole different guy, man. I mean,
he's a castaway.
He is, and he looks the part out there. He looks like a different player. Battling a little bit of a hamstring this week, but still I think he is on a roll and he's motivated.
Did you see him almost cost them the game though?
Did he fumble?
No, he did the Ken and Peele sketch, the 2-pump, and he got flagged for it for 15 yards.
Really?
After the touchdown. Then they missed the extra point.
Wow.
And you saw that they only won by 1 point.
Yeah, I did. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Having all those games on the split screen, well, that's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Number 7, I have Devon Achane. He's definitely, I think, played better than last year. He looks like he's got his speed and his burst back, just on a really crappy team. Saquon Barkley, another bounce back performance after a bye week. I think he's rested up, ready to go. He does not want Tank Bigsby to cut into his carries, so I think he's going to give us a little bit of extra effort this week. Josh Jacobs, who I think is one of the best in football. I mean, dude's there every game, plays every game, hardly ever hurt. Pretty good offense as well. Plus, with Karen Williams, LA, rounded in at number 10. Who do you got, Brian, going?
Well, once again, just like the quarterback, we agree on everything but 2 players. And Rick is leading me by 1 in this from last week, but we have a similar top 10. So I have James Cook at number 1, 2, going against Miami. It's a great matchup for Buffalo. I mean, Cook's going to cook, for lack of a better word. Jahmyr Gibbs, we both had him on our list last week, and he didn't even show up.
No.
He wasn't even in the top 10, so I think he rebounds from that.
25 yards rushing.
Yeah, I think the preview of the Detroit Minnesota game, we both swung and missed on that one. But Jonathan Taylor also went back down to earth last week, but I think he bounces back here against Atlanta. And I have the Rico 2-pump chump. He's going to be in my top 10 probably until he proves otherwise. And here's a new entry that Rick didn't have is for the Browns. I got Junkins in there. It's really the only offense that they have, and they are going against the Jets, so I feel that he's going to find his way in the top 10.
A depleted Jets. They traded Quinn Williams, their best run stopper.
Their 2 best players.
And Sauce Gardner, their top corner. So that's a good pick.
That's crazy. And then also for Thursday night's game preview, I got J.K. Dobbins going against the Raiders. I think that's a really good matchup, favorable matchup for him. Probably wouldn't have J.K. Dobbins in the top 10 too many times. This week I think he falls in there. So you round out the list, I got Christian McCaffrey at 7, Achane at 8, and Barkley and Bijan Robinson rounding the 9 and 10. I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see how we end up after this weekend's games.
You can only make up 2 on me though, right?
I can only make up 2.
Looks like.
Well,
4.
Unless
no 2.
Junkins and Dobbins finish.
Oh, the bonuses. We're not counting
get
the bonuses. Yeah.
So you got to remember, if you get the guy in the top 10, you get 1 point. If you get the guy in the top 10 at that slot, you get 2 points.
Yeah.
But if you pick the number 1 dude, you get 3 points. So we're not going to gain ground if James Cook is number 1 because we both have him. So we're going to have to make up that difference or increase your lead otherwise.
And I'm going to have to get your list earlier so I can pick different people.